Hello and welcome to another episode of the Firearms Insider Gun and Gear Review Podcast. This is episode 140. On this show, we showcase gun reviews, gear, and anything else a gun enthusiast may be looking for. We strive to evaluate products from an unbiased and honest perspective. I'm your host, Ryan Cross, from the Firearms Radio Network, your source for broadcasts for shooters, hunters, and gun enthusiasts. Well, we're back from the Independence Day, and last episode we had some technical issues. The internet just couldn't keep up, so I'm back at home base HQ, and I got a good signal, and I got good friends, and we're going to talk about some cool products this week. So we got Rob, Chad, and Tony in the house. How's it going, guys?
Yeah,
Friends?
Friends.
Friends.
When are they going to show up?
Yeah, where are they at?
It's great to be here, man. It's glad to see you back because Rob was making fun of you.
Never. I would never, ever make fun of Ryan. He's my best buddy.
So there's a little bit of a discrepancy with the audio that got released last week because on my end I sounded fine, but apparently on everyone else's end I started to get kind of cutting out until I got disconnected from the Hangout. So they went on to finish the show like the champions they are. Completely professional and serious, no mockery whatsoever.
Who is he talking about?
I don't know. Obviously, he picked up NPR somewhere along the
show.
And as far as the audio goes, that actually you guys could download on iTunes. I just re-recorded my review of that trigger, and then I finished up the show, and I just combined the audio I had with everybody like halfway through the podcast with the second half I recorded off air. Bam, put it together and released it. But if you want to listen to some hilarious mockery, these guys give me a bad time, go on over to YouTube and check out the 139 podcast on our YouTube channel. I'm going to leave that up because it's hilarious.
We would never do such a thing.
Yeah.
Nothing but respect.
No.
Yeah, you just leave my flat dark
behind his back.
You leave my flat dark Earth baby out of it, all right?
Oh, that was great.
Yeah. So
Magpul flat dark Earth baby. Magpul flat dark Earth baby.
Yes.
So 4th of July was just yesterday, and I imagine how many of us pulled triggers yesterday? I did. Anyone else?
Just you.
Saturday I did. Saturday I pulled triggers.
No. I didn't pull triggers, but I watched some triggers getting pulled.
All right, we talked about that earlier.
Not quite like that, brother.
I did it today, so, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I had to work today, so yeah.
I took the day off to recover from my uneventful Independence Day.
At least you could have said you took the day off to recover from your hangover.
I thought that I might have to, and that's why I took it off. But then we didn't do anything, so.
The local range does a full auto shoot on the 4th of July, and they usually put out really good targets like old Jeeps, old cars, watermelons, Coke bottles. They go, invite everybody to go out there who's got full auto guns, and you'll see everything from, Mac 10s, Thompsons. A few people bring out like a Ma Deuce or something like that, and it is just fun to sit there and watch them shoot those guns and think, man, I am so glad I'm not buying that ammunition. Because there ain't no damn way I could afford that Mac 10. Or that Ma Deuce.
Yeah, Ma Deuce, yeah.
Yeah.
$4 a round? Yeah.
Yeah, Ma Deuce, yeah. I'd love to shoot it, but I wouldn't want to buy the ammo.
Well, all I did was I went to the store and we got some watermelon, and they weren't a good batch. So I did set one watermelon out on the fence post, and the only gun I really had access to the ammo and readily had there was the good old Moist Nugget 9130. I put one round in there, and I sent that watermelon to produce heaven, and that was pretty much all I did. I found a box of fireworks that my mother had confiscated. I don't know how many years ago. Most of it was duds, but the little Navy SEAL firecrackers, about the size of or half the size of a cigarette, those still worked fine. So I was throwing firecrackers at my fiance because that was hilarious. and shooting some bottle rockets at my crippled dad going down the driveway in his walker. So I kind of got to relive a little bit of my redneck childhood. So it was fun.
Ryan turns
redneck up in Washington.
Ryan turns into Dennis the Menace when he gets fireworks.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, if the stories would not condemn me, then we'd have a fun episode talking about what I've done on 4th of July. So did you guys do anything else eventful?
Well, we a friend of mine, Dan Ingram from New Jersey Concealment Furniture, decided to take Saturday off, and we went and shot clays, but he invited anybody out that wanted to come, and we ended up having 3 new people that had never shot shotgun before, and trained them on how to shoot clays, so that was a lot of fun. Alexander Rubian out from the New Jersey Second Amendment Society, he shows up, and a couple of more people. So we had about 6 people out. We blasted hundreds of rounds, broke a lot of clays, had fun, and then went out to dinner. So that was a pretty cool 4th of July weekend activity, I think, introducing 3 new shooters. Oh, no,
that's a pretty darn good day.
Yeah, introducing 3 new shooters to the sport. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took my Florida Concealed Carry class, which is a great class and a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful training and test and blah, 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 and put away for my license last Friday, so we'll see how long it takes the great state of Florida to issue me a concealed carry permit down here.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't do anything. For the whole weekend, I pretty much sat on my butt and didn't do anything. So then today I decided to go shooting.
Well, listen, sitting on your butt and doing nothing when you're a dad with kids is quite an achievement, especially over a holiday weekend. So I congratulate you, sir. That's difficult to do.
Yep.
Well, let's go ahead and get into the announcements for the podcast real quick. Then we'll get into some of the cool products we're going to talk about on this week's episode. So the bandwidth sponsor for the podcast is Patriot Patch Co. New things going on with Patriot Patch Co. We have cleaning mats now available. So we've got 2 available right now. We've got the AK-47 cleaning mat and the M4 cleaning mat. These are pre-orders, so they are being mass-produced as we speak. So you're $25. It's 12 inches by 36, so it's 3 feet wide. They make really great cleaning mats for your, reloading mats for your bench, or if you're just a desk jockey and you want a fancy, really long mouse pad, that work great for those too. So we launched those. We do have patch frames now up on the website. So if you want a frame, a classical artwork frame with a Velcro compatible backing in different colors, we do have that available. Jake is hand making these in his shop. So we got a gold frame with red backing, blue backing with a black frame, black backing, and a gray backing with a black frame, starting at $127. So these are really nice handmade pieces. He gets these ornate frames from a super secret source that he wouldn't divulge to me. And then the backing is actually made by Velcro, but it's meant to be less aggressive than the standard loop and a little bit more classier. Instead of it looking like some kind of fuzzy, the loop side of Velcro. So we got those going on. If you go to Instagram and if you follow Patriot Patch Co. on Instagram, we do have a new poll with beer parody patches as like a poll. So we've got 5 right now. We've got let's see, can I name the beers? I mean, they're gonna come at us either way if they don't like it that we're ripping off their logo. We're not ripping off. We're parody. It's strictly parody. So we got 2 Budweiser. We got the newer Budweiser with the red bow tie, and we got the old Budweiser canned parody. So that's Tack Driver and Deer Slayer. And then we've got a Heineken one that's Hand Cannon. Then we have a Miller High Life that's Magnum Hot Loads. And there's one more I'm forgetting. Instead of Coors Light, it's Boar's Light or Boresight. So we're taking a poll on the Instagram to see what people want the most, and then we're gonna make a new patch, and that'll complete the make a triptych of 3 patches for the kind of parody beer theme. We already got Corona and PBR covered. And then if there's like a favorable like second runner-up, we might do like a T-shirt later on, and maybe do like a beer lovers like patch and T-shirt pack in the future, I imagine. So that's going on in the Patriot Patch side of things. Very awesome stuff. What else is going on?
Hey, and don't forget, it looks like Jake's running a sale this weekend on the Independence Day stuff. A few shirts he's running on Independence Day sale. Don't know when this is going to post, but they're out there.
Yeah, I mean, I figured by the time you listen to this, it'd probably be over, because it was kind of for Independence Day weekend. So we did have some shirts available for only $10. Usually they're $25. So there's Gun Girl, Gun Guy, the classic Revolver T-shirt, both the adult and the kid, junior, come and take it Nerf shirts, and the rock, paper, scissors buckshot shirt. All those were starting at $10 instead of $25. I'm not sure how long he's going to run those. Probably until he gets, runs out of supply, out of stock. So get over to the website, Patriot Patch Code /Independence to check out that sale. Thanks for mentioning that, Rob. We're also the Patriot Patch swag giveaway for last June. Man,
Last of June.
Last June, huh? So what have you been drinking tonight, Ryan?
Nah, I'm just kind of slurring my words like I usually do. So the people that commented on the holster deal, I've already gotten the M&P holster spoken for, the M&PC holster, the the Patriot Concealment Annihilation inside the waistband holster. The SIG 938, I picked a winner, and I haven't heard back from him, and I haven't gotten their address, so I'm contemplating giving it to the next person. It's kind of taken a while. So here's the new deal. It seems to work a lot better. The first person that emails me, gungearreview@gmail.com, saying I want the SIG P938 holster, and then you're going to have to give me your address so I can mail it to you. That way I don't have to call out your username you used to comment on the website and then try and beg to get your mailing address. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at these giveaways, so I'm trying to figure out what's the best and most efficient way to get this done. So I haven't heard from Donald Nick since I mentioned his name on the last show. Granted, that show was kind of a cluster where it kind of failed there. But so first person that emails me saying I want the SIG P938 holster, if you left a review, leaving the name or a comment on the review, make sure you have your name included so I know who you are. If you're just a Joe Blow and you email me and you have not commented on the review on the Firearms Insider, I'm not going to consider yours because that was part of the deal. Hopefully that's not too confusing. And then the promo code for Black Bag Resources has, I guess, expired since it's July. If you still use it, that's kind of up to Sean's mercy whether or not he will continue to honor that. You should still shop at Black Bag Resources anyway because Sean's a funny guy. And he makes fun of Tony. And anyone that makes fun of Tony is a good guy.
Oh, great. Thanks a lot.
So the first product we got this week is we're going to talk about some 32 double Ds. And this is something they actually had advertised at the NRA show in a very hilarious spot. Tony probably saw it too. So when you go into the bathroom at the NRA show in Louisville and you go up to the urinal, there's a ad staring right at you that said, "Wouldn't you rather be holding some 32 double Ds?" Obviously, you're holding on to something at the urinal, and so it's advertising their 32 round magazines for the AR-15. So these are called the Double D 32 magazines, or just the DD magazine. Obviously, it stands for Daniel Defense. There's a little bit of fun with the innuendo there, but they're just another polymer magazine. You don't get it?
I don't get it.
Whatever.
Ask your mom.
Dang!
Wow, that was fast. Somebody's holding a grudge from last week, but okay, go ahead.
Good one.
It's all right.
I think all that pent-up emotion from last week and pent-up anger, he's going to let us have it this week.
Yep.
I think I'll get something up right now. Y'all have a good evening.
I've healed from my burns and now I'm doling it out. So this 32 round magazine, it's quite a bit different than what you would kind of seen in other magazines. It's kind of same, kind of different. It's only $20 apparently, so it's a little bit higher than the PMag price points, but it's annual defense. What do you expect? They've got really high priced ARs. So it has obviously for the namesake, it's got a 32 round capacity. So they must do something with the springs and the follower to allow 2 additional rounds to fit in the mag. Improved feed lip design. I'm not sure what exactly they improved. It's made out of a lightweight carbon fiber reinforced polymer. It's got a textured grip on all sides textured for all situations, is what they say. It kind of looks like a Glock Gen 4 texture to me. And then it's got a anti-tilt follower. It's obviously easy to disassemble for cleaning, snag-free design. The one nice thing about it, it looks like it's got a footman's loop at the base plate, which kind of acts to absorb impact. But it also has the utility of you can run some kind of paracord through it or some kind of nylon webbing if you want to hang your keys from it or some weird thing like that. So, what do you guys think about this magazine?
I don't see a Dark Earth one.
Neither do I, and that's racist.
I don't see a Magpul one.
I've been checking these out because I was like, what's the big deal for 2 extra rounds since you have to download the darn thing anyway? Then I find out that you don't have to download these, so you actually get 32 rounds with the bolt forward on your rifle. So you can actually load one, drop it out, and put 32 rounds plus 1 in the chamber. So that's pretty cool because it's not really been able to be done before without having your rifle not work like it's supposed to. We always downloaded when I was in the Corps anyway. I mean, that's the only time I really cared about how many rounds were in there because I don't shoot competition with an AR. So anything else I do is, in classes, when I hold classes. So I don't care. Plus, I'm stuck in Jersey. I can only have 15 rounds anyway. But for you guys in free states, it's actually a magazine that holds over 30 rounds. And it fits in the same footprint as your 30-round mags, but you have 32. So I think it's pretty cool.
It's cool, but for $20, can't I pick up a couple other magazines that hold 30 rounds for like $12 to $13?
Well, I look at it this way: 32 rounds on tap is still rounds coming out, and not a reload. You know what I mean? If you want a 32-round mag, you can get a 32-round mag for $20.
Doesn't Magpul make 40-round PMags? Oh wait, they're not the same length. Never mind.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I could see that why they did this, because I mean, obviously, Daniel Defense puts out, at least for the commercial market, for us guys, a very kind of high-end product, and yeah, they have included PMags in their magazine, when you buy the gun, it comes with a PMag, and that was kind of like the industry standard. Well, now they can kind of come out with a magazine that's more expensive than the PMag. I'm not sure. I have not seen anything about the reliability, how it stacks up to the PMag, but they can now include their own branded magazines with their own really expensive rifles because, Daniel Defense fanboys want their own mag.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, thanks, Tony. I was gonna say the nice thing about it is like Tony was saying for downloading magazines. Some people, even though they say you don't need to download them, if you download this by 2, you still got a full 30 rounds. So, there's still actually that. If you like to download your mags, hey, why not? Other than that, it's a 32-round magazine. I figure the price will probably drop what you can get them for here, and once they get a few more out there. Yeah,
I mean, if they're windowed, the windowed PMags go for, the Generation 3s. Those are like $18, $19. So I just, for a non-windowed mag, that's a high price point. So,
well, see, I'm kind of jaded here in Jersey because we have such a magazine restriction that we pay $20 to $30 for a 15-round mag. So seeing a 32-round mag for $20 really doesn't give me sticker shock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How would that work in Jersey? Would you have to put like a block of wood in the bottom of it or something to keep you from putting more than 15 rounds in it?
You won't even get this in Jersey, dude, so don't even bother asking. What I use
Okay.
here is I use hex mags. They have 15-round hex mags here. Sometimes you can get someone like Sean at Black Bag Resources. He gets you P mags and he'll pin them for you and then mail them to you in Jersey. I listen to Ballistic Radio. They have a podcast too. John Johnson actually took his to a class. I think he ran like 1,000 rounds to these DD. What is it? 32 double Ds.
Yeah.
And he said he didn't have a problem with them. They ran all weekend.
That's good to know.
Nice.
That's really the
I
only way
wouldn't-
you're going to run a mag. I mean, if you want to find out if your mag really works under stressful conditions or any of your equipment, really take a class, especially a 2-day class. You'll find out what gear works and what gear doesn't.
Oh, I just drive
Let me
stuff
find
over
out
with
real
my
quick.
truck.
Of
I
course.
just drag it behind my truck.
Oh, I hate you guys.
That wasn't even funny, man.
If it survives about 50 feet in the gravel, then it's got to be good to go, right?
Yeah, that's it.
So it looks like it. I was gonna say it looks like it retains the use of stripper clips. Looks like it's got the groove in the back. So if you still load your magazines that way by your federal ammo that comes preloaded on stripper clips, it looks like you'll still be able to load the mag like that.
If you can find an adapter.
Yeah, you will always lose that adapter. I'll tell you what.
You'll
That's-
lose
that's what
all
you
the
could
ones
use
you
this-
had.
That's what you can use this little footman's loop at the bottom of this mag for, is to tie your adapter to it.
That's probably the best idea ever.
Yeah, right?
Make it long enough so you stick it up there and don't lose it.
Yep. So, any more comments on that?
It's probably a decent mag. That's about all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
If I saw one at the store, I'd probably pick it up just for comparison's sake.
Yeah.
And don't forget that a lot of people are, they like their Daniel Defense, like they like their HK, they like, they're brand loyal. So now you can, instead of having mag pull, you can have your Daniel Defense mags with your Daniel Defense rifle.
I thought Tony was going to say a lot of people like 32 double Ds. So.
Yeah, that's a little chick, by the way. I'm just saying.
With
Okay.
fake.
And moving on to the next item on our review list for the evening.
Yep. The next one actually came out last week. I was really excited about. It's Ruger. It seems like they got some cool stuff coming down the pike here. So they just released their SR 1911 lightweight commander, and I saw this ad or this little blast on Instagram. I'm like, wait, they already had that. That's not new. And then very small in red letters it said 9mm. They should have 9mm freaking gigantic in the background. So basically, they are releasing a 9mm 1911, and they're starting with their lightweight commander, which you're not familiar with. Their lightweight commander in 45 ACP that you can already get in stores right now. The slide is stainless steel, but the grip is aluminum that overall shaves off some ounces compared to a full-size steel frame. So it's the classic, Series 70 design, CNC'd, all that good stuff, but it's 9mm. So it comes with two 9-round stainless steel magazines, so that'll be 9 plus 1, 10 total. MSRP is $979, so hopefully you should be able to get it somewhere in the 700s, I hope. Barrel length is 4 1/4, like a commander should be. Overall length 7 3/4 inches, and the weight is 29.3 ounces. So if you guys, what do you guys think? Obviously, 1911. I mean, that's something you either love 1911s or hate them, or I guess you can kind of fall in the middle there. I want to hear what you guys have to say about that.
Why don't Chad go first, since he was born closer to 1911 than anyone here?
Burn.
Well, okay. Actually, I saw the little press release too, and I thought the same thing that Ryan did. I'm like, okay, so it's a lightweight commander, big deal. Well, then I saw the little 9mm. I'm like, oh, that surprises me. Ruger's bringing out one of those in 9mm. The thing is if you like commander size, hey, it's lighter than a all steel one, probably 7 or 8 ounces. I don't know if that matters a lot, but it's made by Ruger. The only thing I see is it has some weird cocking serrations on it. I would have made them so they point the other way, so they would do more good. Because when my hands are wet and I only grab the top of the slide, it's going to help force them off the slide. But besides that, yeah, I'm personally am not a commander size 1911 person. I'm more of an officer frame commander length slide. So they don't make one of those in 9mm yet, so I guess I won't buy it.
Yeah. I didn't notice that about the serrations. Those do look like they're backwards.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
They look
what
cool.
What about you, Rob?
It's a single. It looks like a single stack 9mm 1911. Okay, baby.
Yeah. One part
Yeah,
of
I
me.
mean, I've got a TCM 22, the Rock Island Army TCM 22. It's also a 9mm. Same basic gun with just change the barrel, change the spring, boom, and it's a double stack. I like that. This, I don't know. I'm not a fan of the Commander 1911s. I like the full size, and I'm a purist. I think a single stack 1911 should be a 45 ACP.
It says the guy with a 22 TCM. Yeah, sound really pure. I'm a purist.
I'm a purist when I want to be. Hey, that's a new patch.
That's some real clear water you're drinking.
Yeah, I have
It's
a 3
water, man.
it's called a TCM.
What can I say?
But,
Well, I did wear the right hat.
There you go.
There you go. Nice.
Oh, that's your hat? I thought that was just a security card.
It's $1,000 for 9mm 1911, basically.
Yeah, I was looking at it the same way. It's a 9mm 1911 out of Ruger. If you're a Ruger fanboy, cool. It's another 9mm. It's nothing you did was cutting edge. Everybody's come out with 9mm 1911s. Now, if you'd have done this 20 years ago when Bill Ruger was still kicking, I would have been impressed, but you didn't. So you're just an also-ran at this point. At $40 a magazine, why did you give us at least 3? As far as tactical goes or concerned, can we stop with these Novak slope sights? I mean, the whole new thing in the tactical world is the sights you can rack off, rack your slide off your belt. So get some Warren tactical sights on there or something. The industry seems always to be behind the tactical curve. So you'd have to drop $1,000 on this and another $80 on sights to get something that's really, that you can actually manipulate one-handed. I like 1911s. I carried one for 2 years. I carried a full-size 5-inch barrel 1911. They're great if you want to have one for home protection. If you just want to have one, pick one up. If you like Ruger, get a Ruger. There's nothing outstanding about it. It's just Ruger was the latest one to come out with something that's been out for like 70 years now.
Yeah, I mean,
It's been out for over 100 years. Let's face it. I mean.
No, I mean a 9mm.
Yeah, 9mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, people have been making 9mm 38 Supers. Congratulations, Ruger, for getting on the bus.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not mad at you. It's just you've done nothing innovative. You just and also ran at this point. You're gonna have them on 38 Super too? You're gonna put them out in 38 Super finally?
I mean, if they really came up with anything innovative since the 1022.
Yeah, the Charger. They cut the stock off of 1022 and cut the barrel down.
They have the precision rifle.
Like you said,
Yeah,
it's a
the
freaking
precision
22 with
rifle.
stock cut off of it.
Yeah, they have the precision rifle, which is a Ruger American with a different body kit.
I'm gonna send you a Ruger catalog, Rob, and your homework is to read that cover to cover.
Yes.
Why?
Because you haven't been paying attention.
Yeah, Ruger's come out with 3 new firearms since the 1022. They just keep changing the bodies on them. Oh, look, it's a takedown 1022. Oh, it's a short barrel 1022. Look, it's a 1022 with a tactical.
The Charger takedown.
Look, it's a 1022 with a tactical.
Takedown.
It's a 1022 with a tactical solutions kit.
Rein it in.
Section out.
Wait. No. Tactical Solutions is a totally different thing. That's a third party manufacturer.
Yeah, you're right. Give him
Make some really good stuff.
Give him the catalog. He hasn't been
I can't help you, Ryan.
No, I love Ruger. I have a bunch of Ruger stuff. Ruger helps me out with my shoots. I'm just saying, great. It's a 9mm 1911. Congratulations.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Where's the originality in Ruger?
Hey,
That's my question.
I want one. Like, I've got a Ruger SR 1911 Commander in 45, not the lightweight version, and I love it. It's an awesome 1911. I like the fit and finish. I also have a Remington R1, and I like the Ruger better. So,
Oh, really?
yeah. So
Okay, cool.
my only thing is like I want to suppress this because I really want to suppress a 1911, and I haven't got a 45 can yet. However, I do have a 9mm can. So as soon as this came out, I hit the Google hard, and I was looking for a threaded Commander 9mm barrel that wasn't something custom out of like Barstow or anything like that. I could not find one very easily.
Well,
So I might not get this until Ruger like, oh hey, here's the threaded barrel version from Talo or from Davidson's or whatever. Then I jump on board.
Why?
The
How
only
much
thing
is
I've
it?
heard about 1911s is if you buy a 1911 without a threaded barrel, and say even if it's a 45, and you try to get a threaded barrel to put on there, it might not work right. You've almost got to buy the 1911 with the threaded barrel in order to get them to work correctly with
Right.
a suppressor.
Right, because
That'd
when
be
you
the thing
buy
about
them
this
from
gun
a
is
barrel
you'd have to
manufacturer,
wait till Ruger came out with a threaded barrel for this.
yeah, because when you buy a
So-
threaded barrel from an aftermarket barrel manufacturer, they ask you if you want it to be drop in air quotes, or if they want it you to be able to
Yeah.
hand fit it, take it to a gunsmith and have them fit it to your slide. So I understand that, and that's kind of what held me back. Going, oh, I'm just gonna wait till. I mean, Ruger is no. I mean, they just released a SR22 threaded barrel. So if you had an SR22 and you're like, man, I wish I could suppress this, you could now just buy the barrel. It costs almost half the cost of the gun itself, and then you could shoot it suppressed. So I'm gonna just wait for them to do it. Save me some time, save me some money.
Ruger makes
do-
a good gun. I got more 1022s than you can shake a stick at, and they're fun to shoot and they're a blast to play with. But it's just I'm just tired of all these weapons manufacturers just taking the same stuff. Oh, hey, Daniel Defense is doing a 1911. I'll do one. Or Wilson Combat's doing a 1911 that's high end. I'll do one myself.
Daniel Defense
Or whatever.
911.
Well, I'm just
Yeah.
making a
Dear
statement.
Lord,
you know.
what's
They
the
see what other
price tag
people
on
are
that
doing.
gonna be?
Okay. Damn.
Probably the same as that Double Star 1911 from the other week.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
You don't know
I
us,
like
but we're gonna
I like
charge you.
originality. That's why I love the Tabor, because to me that's a very original rifle. Bullpup not original, but the design, the way it works, is something that other
Okay.
people aren't doing.
Can I kick a hole in this theory again? Yeah, he
Go
likes
ahead.
original stuff. I mean, it still uses AR-15 magazines, but it's original. I mean, the AK-47 gas system, but it's original.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
That's
I'm
gonna be
going
one of the
home.
episodes. So yeah, they should be available at retailers right now. So if you want a Ruger 9mm 1911, go on to your dealer and see if they can order one in for you. I like it, but I've already.
I was looking for them online. I didn't find anyone selling them, but it looks like the price tag is probably going to be about mid-8s.
Mid-8s.
Yeah, well, if everything else the Ruger has, the SR 1911 series and 45s go for about mid-8s. So I'm assuming this would too.
Yeah. One thing to note, it does not have an accessory rail in there for your light or laser. And I know some people, I mean, if you're a purist like Rob, you don't think that there should be any rails in your 1911.
No, the 1911 can have 1911 rails because they came with it in 1911, according to Rob.
No, that was 2 years later in 1913 when they added the Picatinny rail on
Oh,
that.
yeah,
I
it's
believe.
true. It was 1913 rails. Yeah, the purist. My bad. I apologize.
All right, so we're gonna keep moving on. We covered that.
Thank God.
So next up, oh jeez,
And
why did I
continue
add
with
this
the
on
pick on
here?
Rob hour. Let's go.
If I knew that you guys were gonna be this difficult, I wouldn't have added these things to the podcast. I'd be like, here's a wooden gun. Talk about that. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is the Superlative Arms Piston Retrofit Kit, and this caught my eye on Instagram. Somebody was posting about it. So this is how you would convert your direct impingement AR-15 into a adjustable gas system. So they're really expensive, but most of them are, from what I've seen at other companies. So they're about $289 to $290. They come in variable lengths, so if you have a carbine length or a mid-length or a rifle length gas system, you need to choose that right product for you. That's not like a one-size-fits-all deal. If you decide to change your barrel and your gas length system, it ain't gonna work. So you're kind of committed to whatever you choose. And then they also have different barrel diameter sizes, so .75 or .65. So what it is, it's just basically replaces your gas block, and it looks like there is a proprietary bolt carrier group, and that's what the piston actuates with. So it's got a 30 position adjustable to help vent off excess gas forward and away from the operator instead of restricting it, and also help tune your loads too, so you can tune it down to cycling on the sweet spot where it's not like really hard on your gear and the wear and tear, banging your bolt carrier back and forth, but just enough where it's not like, it's not causing a failure and not giving you enough pressure to cycle. So, do you guys have anything constructive to say about a adjustable gas piston kit that you can retrofit to what you already have?
I have something constructive to say.
I can't wait. Let me hear it.
Actually, really, if you think of the price, it's not too bad for what you get. Some of the other piston conversion kits are a little more expensive. They do offer it in, like you said, 4 different sizes, so you can actually get a pistol length one, which is kind of cool if you're running like subsonic 300 blackout or something, all the way up to a rifle length. The one thing I did notice is it comes with a bolt carrier. It does not come with a new bolt, but other than that, it looks pretty self-explanatory to put it on. You put your bolt in it. You take your gas block off, and they offer 2 different styles. One of them is a slide-on with set screws on the bottom of the gas block, and the other style is a clamp-on style, which kind of, you still slide it over, but it's got like 3 or 4 screws or something to clamp it on instead of clamping it to the barrel. It clamps around it with screws that hold it on. So depending on which style you like, that's kind of a nice touch.
So if your barrel wasn't already had those detents put in for the gas block for those set screws to kind of grip into, the clamp style would probably be better. I know TJ, I think he just told me he put in a barrel and he had punched in and kind of started those dimples for installing a gas block. So it's certainly something you can do at home. Clamp on is a little nicer, but depending on the inside diameter of your handguard, though, the clamp on might add a little bit extra of the dimension.
Diameter, yeah.
Diameter. Yeah. So you might want to stick with just the slide on with the set screws, so you have a true low profile.
And I noticed that it didn't mention, how high it sits up, because I know some of the piston conversion kits need a certain space for your gas rod, your operating rod.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't see on here where it said it needed any specifics, so height of handguard or anything. So maybe it fits under pretty much, if it fits with a gas tube, maybe it fits with this. I don't know. But
go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, but besides that, it looks to be, I noticed it says it vents the gas as opposed to some adjustable gas blocks, instead of venting the gas, they just restrict it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of more like a M14, M1A style where it vents it off. So my concern with it would be if you're running it suppressed, you're still going to get noise out of where it's bleeding off the gas. Not much, but some.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I was reading about this because someone else I know did a review on it, and they were talking about the difference between how it bleeds off the gas compared to others, and also what they did to stop having the spring itself Some of the ones, different ones, the ones that don't bleed off like this particular one does, what happens is it gets so hot near the end that it actually retempers the spring. And they have theirs like heat treated and something else, and it's made out of like 416 steel, and it's also heat treated and coated so it can stand up to more of the heat. And then they change the way it actually bleeds off so it doesn't even get as hot. I don't know if you guys heard of Cyrac before. They make adjustable, I think it's SYRAC. They make adjustable gas blocks. This company is actually partnered with them, and this is one of their projects that both of them hold patents on. They hold a co-patent on this, actually. So if you heard of the other one, same thing, because the other company has a really good reputation. I'd not heard of this company yet, but since they're already together and they already produce this product, this company's just stepped out from outside the shadow and started pushing it themselves. So that's why it is what it is. I'd have no problem with adjustable gas blocks. I have no problem with pistol systems. Just, it's a new technology. Everybody has a different one. You know what I mean? AR-15, the direct impingement, everybody knows what it is. You can pick up parts darn near everywhere now from any supplier. Even overseas suppliers, you can get parts for it. When you go with the piston kits, everyone has a different one from Ruger, SIG, Anderson. Everyone has a different one. So if you have, this is your end of the world gun or your Jabberwocky or whatever, end of the world as you know it, it's like, watch yourself. Put some rounds through it before you depend on it.
Well, I mean, you're gonna, if you're building an upper, then yeah, I'd say go with this. But if you've already got the upper done, you've already got the rifle. I don't know, $300 is a lot of money to spend to convert it to piston as opposed to direct impingement.
Yeah.
They actually also sell adjustments just for direct impingement. If you want to keep it direct impingement and just want to have an adjustable gas block, they do that too.
Yeah, I mean, it is like $30 cheaper than the Adams Arms kits, but those also come with a new forend.
Right,
or a bigger forend.
Must fit under most of them, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say the adjustability, if you're running like an SBR or something, I could see where something like that, maybe not the piston, but just their adjustable gas block to bleed gas off, because a lot of those are pretty harsh, so the piston kit might tame it some. You never know. Yeah,
it's one of those things I always, when you read different reviews from different people, they say adjustable gas block is one of those things you can do, and it helps, the rifle kicks less because they're all overgassed anyway.
Right. I wouldn't, but like Tony said, your end of times gun, I don't think I would want an adjustable gas block on it. I just want
something that's proven and will be reliable and will always go bang every time you pull the trigger.
But for a competition gun, this might be one of the ways to go.
Yeah, or even just a fun range gun. I think a lot of us, and I've said it before, I think we get caught up in, it's the end of the world gun. No, every gun I have is not an end of the world gun. Every gun I have is not a survival firearm. It's not something I depend my life on. Shoot, I'm putting together a shotgun right now just for the heck of it. So, you know what I mean? To make a home defense-like shotgun, but that's not the one I'm depending on.
You can build a shotgun in New Jersey?
What? It's a pump shotgun. I can't do anything with semi-auto.
It's my end of world gun.
Nice. Oh, at least it's the pro.
Isn't it cute?
What do you have to say about this, Ryan?
I think for guys that are looking to build a 300 blackout pistol, because when you add the suppressor onto the end of it, you got a nice shorter profile. I've got suckered into doing that twice. I just convinced myself that's what I need, and then I shoot it a couple times and then decide, no, I don't need this. I need money right now, and I spent it. But if you were going to start a fresh build, this might be the way to go, because you can tune it to just, if you want it as quiet as possible, and even if you have to just rack the charging handle for every shot to reload, turn it off. If you want to adjust for your subs and your supers, you have the ability to do so. The handguard is a big deal too. I mean, you're going to want a handguard that's got lots of lightning cuts in there, so you can get the tool in there to make your adjustments without having to remove your handguard and do that, unless you got like a Fortis switch rail where you can just take it off real quick. But if you get like the Fortis Rev 2, they've got big windows. You can get a tool in there easily. That's something else to consider if you're trying to accomplish that. Or just get a better gun that doesn't rely on come out of the box with direct impingement. You know, if you want adjustable gas, get something that has adjustable gas on it.
Yeah, like the Ruger. That's our folks.
Yeah.
Or just get an AK.
Yeah.
or M1A.
Yep. Or like a SCAR, I guess, if you're gonna
FAL.
SCAR. Yeah, SCARs are good.
Yeah.
The only thing about SCARs is $50 for a magazine, but if you're gonna drop $3,000 on a gun, you got no business complaining about a $50 magazine.
Yeah. Did I tell you guys that I bought a SCAR recently?
No, you did.
No, you didn't.
It's on your
Yeah.
leg.
I haven't got the bill from the hospital yet, but the SCAR is definitely going to be on the leg. I know that for sure. It's quite a bit higher than MSRP, but got to do what you got to do.
I don't know. That hospital bill and the SCAR probably run neck and neck, same price.
I hope so.
Probably.
So yep, that's that. So now we're gonna get into the review, and Chad has got another one. He's just hitting it out of the park with all these reviews.
Well, this one's. I actually did the written review quite a while ago. I just finally have had time to do it. So today we're talking about the belt that'll fit Tony.
Wow.
What we have is, this name's going to get you. It is the Super Bio Indestructible. It is made by Deltec Force, if that helps. They make belts. They make leather belts also, so if you want to look them up, you can look at the review or something. But the Indestructible Super Bio belt is made from a thermopolymer polyurethane with an internal polyester webbing. Basically, it's a polymer belt that looks like leather. So you got that going for you. Stated to be super strong, 6,000 psi tensile strength. Well, I don't have any way to test it, so I'm going to believe them. The thing with it is it's pretty stiff. I don't know. The video, you can see it's pretty thin, but it's quite stiff for what it is, which I actually didn't. I thought it was too stiff, but we'll get to that later. So you don't have to worry about it sagging like thin belts. You could probably carry anything, maybe even a Desert Eagle if you want. But one big advantage is it resists oil, water, sweat, or pretty much anything else that you wouldn't want to get on a leather belt. So to clean it, all you got to do is wipe it down with some soap and water. Cleans up really easy. If you work around a lot of chemicals or something, oils, it'd probably be a good belt just to wear every day if you don't want to trash a decent one. Comes with Chicago screws on the buckle, which is pretty much standard for the industry. Came with a pretty nice, looks chrome-plated, probably stainless roller buckle if you like roller buckles. They also have an option for a brass one if you like brass better. It came with 9 holes, spaced 3/4 inch apart, so that's always good because if you want to add stuff, subtract stuff, you don't have to go quite as far to get the right comfort level. This is an 1.5 inch wide one they sent me. They do offer it in 1 1/4 inch, so if you want something more dressy. After I wore it for a while, I did find it to be pretty stiff. The thing I kind of noticed was, being this weird polymer stuff, it doesn't quite move with your clothes like a leather or cloth belt does. So it kind of seems kind of sticky. It supported all the guns I carried it with, even an all-steel 1911. In fact, I actually used this belt for the match I shot last month. and hung a full steel EA Witness, which is CZ75 off it, all day, and it supported the gun fine. So there's that. As far as sizing, it's super easy to order. You just add 2 inches to your pant size. If you wear inside the waistband holsters, I would probably add 3 inches to your pant size. So that's how they do that. But here's another big advantage with this belt. You can get belt sizes ranging from 30 inches to 80 inches. So I think they make a size for everybody if you can get 80-inch belt, which is pretty nice. It's a pretty good belt option. It comes in either brown or black. They sent me the brown one. So it doesn't really look like leather, but only if you look really close at it. From 5 feet away, nobody's going to know any difference. So we'll on to the Firearms Insider 8 key points. The claim to fame is a tough, rigid belt for CCW that is pretty much resistant to most anything. Target market, concealed carriers, competitive shooters. I put that because like IDPA and stuff like that, you can't run a competition belt. So you might want something like this that's stiff enough to hold your stuff. Or pretty much anybody needing a belt for harsher environments. Features and benefits, it is thermopolymer polyurethane, plastic if you ask me. It comes in 1 1/4, 1.5 inch widths. It's strong, it resists oil, water, sweat, or other harsh environmentals. It pretty much will not stretch. They say it will not sag, which I believe. It comes with a stainless buckle, it has the Chicago screws, and larger sizes are available. Other options available, like I said, black. You can get it with a brass buckle. You can get it with a metal keeper instead of the kind of rubber one that this one has, and an 1 1/4 width. What others are saying? Dan, this is on the Daltech Force website. He gave it 5 of 5 stars. Can't believe how well this belt has held up. I've had my first one for almost 2 years, and it has been through everything. It has been a multi-day hikes and dripping sweat. It has swam in salt and fresh water. It's my daily belt for both my office job and my weekend belt for recreation. If I showed you this belt, you would swear I just pulled it out of the packaging. Fortunately, unfortunately, I've lost a significant amount of weight over the last year, and I'm back to purchase this belt again. One thing that I would recommend is to put some thread lock blue on the screws as soon as you get it. I've read of others losing a screw, and they include a spare. Mine didn't come with a spare, but I suppose if you lost one, they'd send you one. But better safe than sorry. Otherwise, a really good maintenance-free, good-looking, long-lasting belt that's rigid and does the job of holding my CCW without it flopping about. Then there's one from Amazon. This guy also gave it 5 of 5 stars. It's a great belt. I love it. I like to carry a lot of stuff in my pockets and on my belt. With this belt, I no longer have to keep hiking my pants up. I wish I had ordered one sooner. It really does make a big difference. The price point, it's $69.99 on the Daltech Force website. In the review, it's listed as $59.99 on Amazon. When I clicked on it today, they're $49.99 on Amazon. So it's Amazon, so the price fluctuates. So if you need it now, go to Amazon, preferably with an affiliate link, or Daltech Force. So our rating for the pros, it's strong, won't stretch. The 9 holes at 3/4 inch spacing is a plus. It has the stainless roller buckle. It comes with the Chicago screws. It won't sag. It resists about anything you'll come in contact with, and it is very easily cleaned. The cons is it is too stiff. Some people like them that way. They just don't fit me quite right. So that's kind of whatever. It doesn't move like the fabric or leather belts do, which kind of is something that some people might notice, some people might not. And if you look close, it doesn't really look like leather. So I gave it a 7.5, which is good for the rating. And they did send me this for a review, so it is a firing line review. And that is about it.
Hey, Chad, you said you used it with your CZ. I mean, not CZ, but your
Same
BAA
thing.
witness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside or inside the waistband holster?
I was using it outside that time.
And it pretty much held up because it's all still, you said, right?
Yes. Yes. And it was just in a Kydex holster. The loops aren't that far apart. They're only probably,
So it was a lot of weight in one spot, yeah.
right. And fully loaded magazines. It doesn't sit up flush, the holster, because it's more of a competition style holster, so it sits out an inch from my body, even with my fat rolls.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been meaning to tell you about that.
I'm
one
glad
thing
you
I noticed
noticed.
is I was pricing the belts on the website, and it's the same price for a 30-inch belt versus the 80-inch belt.
Exactly.
Which I thought was kind of interesting. Normally, the bigger the belt, the more they charge because of more materials. This one, it's the same price. So people like me who are very healthy can pay the same price for those skinny little snots that run around the range.
Well,
Right.
they haven't made a belt for Tony yet, so take advantage of it before he changes their policy for them.
Well, here's the thing about leather belts. They only go up to so big because, well, I guess a cow's only so big around. So
Make a bigger cow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if you're a certain size, you're not just going to be able to get one. So this is made out of synthetics, so they're not limited to that. So that's the cool part.
The biggest belt on the website was, 80 inches, I think?
Yeah.
It looks like now the website's got them cheaper, too. It looks like they're down to $50, too. That's a good thing. Yeah, it doesn't.
So for $50, you think it's worth the price now? I mean, now that it's...
it's still plastic. I mean, the feel's not there when I wear it. It's pretty much.
Okay.
But for $50, I mean, especially if you're quite a bit larger and can't find a belt, it's probably a good deal. I mean, it's kind of
with free shipping.
Yeah.
Hey, well, I'll go ahead and tell you, as a bigger dude, finding a belt at that price range for everyday carry, and something like you said, you had an all-steel gun on your side, and it was able to carry that without flexing out, because that's usually where in your carry system, your belt is the weak point.
Right.
Depending on the holster.
One thing I didn't mention is, like you said, depending on the holster, it's not very thick. I think I measured it and I put it in the review and just skipped it. Yeah, it's 5/32 inch thick, so it's a little thinner than like your double stitched or double thickness leather belts. So it's about like just a single thickness leather belt, which some clips might have problems with that.
So I was going to say, your clip might flop around on that now.
Depending on what style clip you have.
There's a lot of stuff to be aware of. I mean, there's a reason a lot of people have drawers full of holsters when they carry a gun, because you got to find something to go with your belt, feel comfortable with you, allows you to move around, comfortably. And it's some stuff you have to figure out on your own, really, if it works for you.
Right. They do make the belt with a Velcro instead of a buckle, too. Which is, I don't know if they did when I did the review or not, but so instead of a buckle, you just got two pieces of Velcro, so it's almost infinitely adjustable.
That's cool.
They're $5 cheaper.
Yeah, no buckle. For somebody like me, somebody like me that goes into the prison all day, I have to keep going through metal detector. Yeah, and it's just belt on, belt off, belt on, belt off. 6, 8.
That'll call the TSA special.
Yeah, it's annoying. So to have a Velcro fastener, it just takes that right out of the loop.
That's cool.
Now I'm gonna get real cheap here. Do you think it'd be hard to drill extra holes in case you hopefully lost a bunch of weight?
I don't.
I hopefully lost a bunch of weight.
Let's put it this way. I don't think you could, if you gained weight, I don't think you could punch too many holes.
No.
Nice.
What if you lost weight?
Yeah, it feels the same everywhere. It's not like it has an insert or anything.
Okay.
I think the fiber insert it has runs the whole length, so you could just use probably like just a center punch, a hole punch, and just punch through holes. So if you lost like 100 pounds, you could make like a belt that's like this big around.
Okay, there is hope alive. Probably not going to happen, but I can hope.
And also, truthfully, at around $50, it's about the cost of a regular belt anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Sweet.
And they've got ones with different stitching patterns, and they got one they call it the Black Embossed Motorcycle belt. It's got like looks like an eagle embossed on it or something like that.
Something like that.
I don't know what it is, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just seeing what's on the website.
That's right.
Cool. Well, moving on. Tony, you want to talk about the Second is for Everyone?
Second is for Everyone Diversity Shoots coming up August 11th, 6 p.m. at Gun for Hire range. It's going to be a lot of fun. I have more swag to give away to everybody that shows up. I got some pretty cool raffle items, lots of hats from lots of different manufacturers at different price ranges. Got hats, T-shirts from High Point. Got hats from Chris of Chris Vector fame. So it's both ends of the the how much money in your pocket paradigm in the gun world. But it's going to be a lot of fun. Come out, follow me on Instagram at Simon Says Train, and you'll see some of the cool stuff that'll be up. I post pictures every day, and I try to show you what's going to be there. Because if you live in Jersey, I want you to come out and bring a new person to the range with you, because that's the only way to make this sport grow. So if you're a gun owner, make it your thing this year to at least get 2 people to the range that have never shot before. If we can make the sport grow, we can fight some of these people that are stepping on our civil rights. That's my whole thing, to try to recruit more people to it and get them to be politically active. Because we have 100 million gun owners in this country, supposedly, or around 100 million. If every one of us brings a couple of people, we could take over the world, Pinky. I'm just saying. That's my whole thing, man. Follow me on Instagram, Simon Says Train. Follow me on, go to my Facebook page, Simon Says Train, or The Second is for Everyone. And I post stuff up. I post different photos. Just want people to participate.
Follow them home. Follow them on the bus.
Don't follow me home. Don't follow me home unless you bring food or ammo.
or enough Kevlar.
True.
So, wrapping up the podcast, send questions or comments to gungearreview@gmail.com. Remember to subscribe and leave us an iTunes review, because that means that you love us. Check out all these shows on all the other shows, the less important shows, on the Firearms Radio Network at firearmsradio.tv. Also, be sure to visit the Firearms Insider website, firearmsinsider.tv, for reviews and industry coverage. So there's the show. It was a success. We didn't have any technical failures. We didn't have any timestamp sections I got to edit out. Nobody dropped any F-bombs, did you?
Yeah, Chad probably did, but he doesn't.
Might have.
10 or 12, but you didn't hear him.
Yeah. I zoomed out. You were like, this effing belt is so effing comfortable, effing F.
Well, no,
Wow.
see. You
Dang,
forgot,
Ryan, all that
see?
F-bombs you're dropping. Watch it, man.
It's a belt. See, when I get a belt to review, the first thing I do is whack my kids with it.
How'd that go? Did it work real good?
See, and then the police come and I say, hey, check out this new belt.
And he goes, let me borrow it. I gotta go whack my kids with it.
That's how he gets free stuff.
Yeah, it's what's the kid whacking rating on it? Oh, I give it a 5 stars.
You gotta, so, Chad, how would you rate that for whacking your kids on a scale of 1 to 5?
On a scale of
1 being a crappy and 5 being a great belt.
Tiers.
Oh, it's got to be a 5. I mean, it's got a 6,000 psi tensile strength.
Hey, you've heard it.
Be like a
You've
6.
heard it. That is the official kid whacking belt from the Gun and Gear Review podcast.
Man, whatever happened to getting a switch? I got 6,000 tensile pounds.
I'll take
I
this.
swear, we had a tree in the backyard growing up, and that was the scariest thing I ever had to do is cut my own switch.
Yeah.
By the time I turned 16, that thing was nothing but a twig.
You kids today, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and sound old. You kids today don't understand the psychological torture it is when your parent goes and find yourself a switch for me to beat you with.
No.
What kind of crap is that?
Now, Chad, I gotta know something. Have you ever tried to pull that belt off real quick? It just like snatched it off with like one clean motion.
Yeah.
Because that was like the scariest sound growing up. Was when my
Exactly,
stepdad got mad at me and he just pulled that
That's what
belt
I was going
off.
to say. If you hear this rattle and then you hear this.
Yeah, exactly. That's me. Oh God, Daddy's mad. I better run.
See,
I'll go
again,
get a switch now.
my dad was 6'6". There was no running, dude. He's gonna catch you.
Well, you can try to run. Dude,
Oh,
when
I
you're
tried
8 years old, you think you can hide.
Oh, well, see, my thing was I knew I couldn't beat him on a straightaway, but I just kept cornering. Oh, yeah, man. Seeing somebody 6 foot
Like
6
running away from a gator?
Yeah, dude, I just kept cornering, man. His long-ass legs couldn't stay under him. Dude, I really wish I had a video of it. It was awesome. Oh, I got my butt handed to me. But, man, it was great for, like, that 30 to 45 seconds that I was free. That was awesome.
Well, that was a fun jog down memory lane, but now I got to edit all that out.
Well, that gives you something to do, Ryan.
Hey, listen, my dad can't get in trouble. He just died in December, so good luck with that. Dig him up, put him in jail.
Yeah.
However, Chad, Lance, run, boy, run.
Run.
Run, Forrest, run!
All right, get you in the next episode, guys.
Yep, see you
Bye,
later.
guys.
Bye.